Hi there, Temuko. How are you doing? Welcome to Happy People News.
Hi, Portia. Thanks for having me. I am doing fabulous.
You look fabulous, and I love the backdrop there, and everything just looks so good. So tell me, what
Thank
what what do you do? You are in the farming. You harvest honey, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you want to tell
So
us more about that?
I'm a beekeeper,
Right.
amongst other things. I wear many hats,
Oh,
but I'm a beekeeper. I trained to do beekeeping last year, February.
uh-huh.
And in October, I basically joined a mastermind group, an entrepreneurial mastermind group.
Right.
And they basically just pushed me to start, also then from the harvest that I got after, I think, 6 months or so,
Mm-hmm.
we started harvesting honey. And they basically got me to start a brand for honey, which is Semana Bees. So I harvest honey, and from the honey that we harvest, I actually created another honey called CBD honey, which it was in a partnership with somebody else that I met at the market, interesting enough. And now my actually bestseller is the CBD honey that we have, and we keep it raw, which basically means that the honey, when we infuse CBD, we keep it at under 40 degrees to make sure that we don't actually change anything about the honey. So we
Mm-hmm.
only make natural, pure honey from our beehives, which we have
Mm-hmm.
in different farms around.
It sounds amazing and so interesting. Actually, you've just answered my next question because I was going to ask you about it being raw and what type of honey it is. And what is the CBD? What does that mean? I'm not honey
CBD
literate.
is it's
uh,
cannabis. It's what's called canna
oh, it's
honey. So you
cannabis.
use yeah, so you add cannabis to the honey. There's a secret formula that you use and
Wow.
equipment
Wow.
that you use. It's amazing.
I
It's
need
really,
to
really
try
good.
that honey.
I'll send it to you. You'll
uh,
never turn back.
and I
It's
believe
very good. I mean, honey.
medicinal as
You are
well, right?
actually going to ask me
Mm,
what's the difference between raw and
mm,
another honey. So
mm,
what raw means is that it hasn't been heated, and
mm,
there's many labels that you can actually find on your honey bottle when you're buying
mm,
honey. You can
mm,
find unfiltered, unadulterated,
mm,
unpasteurized,
mm,
non-irradiated. So when
mm.
you've got like pure 100% natural honey, it simply
Right.
means that somebody basically harvested the honey from a beehive or anywhere where the bees are, and all they did was use a natural method that does not interfere with the structure of the honey, and extracted that, and that's all you have in that. They didn't irradiate it I mean, some shops require irradiation. They didn't pasteurize it to clean it further, and they didn't heat it up, because some people use a heating method to extract the honey from the wax, from the honeycomb. So when it's
Mm.
raw, it's basically cold pressed or filtered, so that only the honey comes out, and you just clean up, a little bit of what you get from the honeycomb, and you serve as it is. So I usually say honey is basically from the hive to your kitchen. There's no chemical process included in that.
Right, right. So,
Yeah.
where can we find you? I believe you'll be showcasing at the Morongwa Foundation. There's a market, Basadi Farmers Market.
Yeah, so every first Saturday,
Right.
I at the Morongwa market on
Mm-hmm.
in Mavopani,
Mm-hmm.
and I also supply online. So if somebody's looking for me, they can find me on Instagram. I
Mm-hmm.
post my honey throughout the country. I've got clients in Cape Town,
Mm-hmm.
Durban,
Mm.
Johannesburg, so you don't
Mm.
have to find me physically where
Right,
I am.
right,
We
right.
sell our honey from DeVelt, but we basically get it to you. It will
Mm-hmm.
find its way to you.
Mm. And then your handles on Instagram, wherever else. Do you have an online shop or is it
I've got an
mainly social
online
media?
shop. It's
Right?
on Wix, but I think the best place to find me is on Instagram under Semani Honey
Right,
or Semani Bees, depending on what you're looking for.
right.
And also on Facebook, you can find me with the
Mm-hmm.
same handle,
Mm-hmm.
Semani Bees or Semani Honey.
Okay, so this coming Saturday, right? People can actually
Yes.
find you at the market. And do you have a stall number, or is it just your branding that people should just
The
look after
branding
your
will be
branding?
there.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's
right.
Semani Honey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you'll find it there. It's Semani Bees, and
Uh-huh.
you'll see the honey.
I can't
Yes.
wait.
And you
then
should come get your CBD honey because I'm the
definitely.
only person who makes it in this part of the world.
Amazing. No, I'm definitely coming for that CBD honey. I need some CBD honey. I'm sure the healing.
I get very, very good reviews. It's
I can
it's really good
imagine.
for it's good for anxiety, it's good for depression,
Uh-huh.
it gives you better sleep. It's a
Mm,
natural aphrodisiac, which is what
uh,
the best reviews came from.
uh,
And it's good for your skin. It's basically the goodness of honey is endless, but when you add it with CBD, it's just like
mm.
exponential.
I can just imagine because honey alone, I mean, I know has medicinal properties. It's like a natural antibiotic. And I know when I have flu, all I need is
Mhm.
a teaspoon of honey. Within 2 days, even the first day, it disappears,
Yeah.
vanishes. So I can just imagine with the CBD, oh my word, we'll never be
It's
sick.
like next level.
Yes. So my next question, because we're having people news, our parting shot is what makes you happy?
You know, it's a long question. It's a
Mm,
long answer, but
that's
in the
fine.
beekeeping,
Uh,
I remember last year I was saying to people because the question is usually how did you get into bees, right?
yes,
And
yes, yes.
I have a council of grannies that
Mm,
advise me because
mm,
they've got wisdom. And
mm,
one of the grannies said to me, you should try beekeeping. It's a nice hobby. It makes it's very relaxing. It's a beautiful thing to be around.
right.
And when I went for training and we're on the field for the first time, and my trainer took out like a bee frame with all the honeys, and he basically handed it over, and the sound of bees for some reason it sort of transformed me. And it
Mm.
sounded like the sound of money, but
That
also
buzzing.
they've got a very
Zzz. Mm.
it's got a very calming sound. For instance, this afternoon I went to check out my bees,
Interesting.
to see if they've got enough water, and I came back like much happier. So just being around bees actually makes you happy.
But the thought of
And
being stung by a bee, does that not cross your mind?
no, they do sting. Just because
Okay,
you're a
okay,
beekeeper doesn't mean
okay,
you're immune.
okay.
But I think what actually also makes me even more happy
Uh,
is spreading the news and also sharing with people about the CBD honey, but also training other young people. So I've got trainees that every
mm,
information that I get, I
mhm.
pass it down to them, and it just feels like it creates more space to learn more. So I
Yes.
always say, in teaching we learn. So I'm
Mm,
sort of there's a teacher in me that I'm constantly sharing information, and I love sharing information, especially because there's no access to this industry. And
mm,
a lot of people don't know about bees. You should see me at the market. I could talk for days about honey, what it does, the different
mhm,
types, where to get it, does it mean, where to read it. So just being like around bees and around people and sort of bridging that information gap,
mm.
it's like my happy spot in this industry.
You've just made me happy. I'm very excited about what you're saying. In fact, I've got somebody who inquired about training. So after
Mhm.
this, I'll link you up with them. Yeah, no, I'm
Okay,
very excited.
that
Thank
would
you
be
so
great.
much for your time. And
I
then your
appreciate
handles
it.
once again. It's Semana Bees on
Semani
Instagram,
Bees.
right? And
Yeah,
then
you can look for Semana,
yeah. And then you
yeah,
say
Semana
Facebook as
Bees
well.
or Semana Honey.
And
Yeah,
then
and on Facebook.
WhatsApp, you're not available on WhatsApp for your
I'm
clients.
available on WhatsApp on
Mhm.
082
Right.
483 2033.
Thank you. All right. I'll see you then on Saturday.
Okay,
Have a good
great.
one.
We'll test some nice
Definitely.
honey.
Most def. Thanks.
Okay,
Ciao.
all right, thanks. Right.